Ooh, pizza sounds good. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. It's Saturday night. Awesome. And I have a few things I should turn down, huh? Before I hear that huge echo. That was strange. Yay. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I have quite a few projects this evening, and I recently I recently went a little crazy on patterns at a local thrift store, and I don't. You know what? I talk about it so much, and I'm not one of those people that thinks if you put things out, something magical is going to happen. But magic happened today. Yay! I yay! First off, hello, Joy Dog. How's it going? Kilroy, Pam, great to see you. Um, so yesterday I purchased all of those patterns and I was really stoked and I was like, yay. So this morning I decided to not go to downtown Los Angeles. And I decided to go to some of my old haunts because there's a good 30 something miles between downtown Los Angeles and myself. So there's quite a few thrift stores in between downtown LA and where I live. So today I found I found this. Do you know one of the reasons I wanted this machine so bad is because I've seen it on every hokey television show you could possibly think of, every fashion show that you could possibly think of. I've seen every inception of this machine. I am so stoked to have this sewing machine. It is not even funny. Yesterday I picked up a white super lock 534 serger. That is so awesome, Pam. Um I saw the pictures. I'm extremely jealous. And would you like to tell everyone how much you paid for it? So, I constantly wolf about how if I ever see a gray singer, I almost paid full price in downtown, just kind of on a whim. I am so glad that I held out and did not pay full price. I'm gonna do this live because I laughed when I saw this. Um, uh, Sealed in here are still all of the original parts. Somebody barely used this machine. I cleaned it up a little bit, but I want to say that this was probably used for one extremely heavy project. They realized that it wasn't a heavy project, and then they got rid of it. This is all the original sealed parts. I haven't even opened it yet because I was waiting for the live. Because I was like, this happens a lot. This happens a lot. I've purchased a lot of Levi's material that was used in a movie or something. It was used once or twice. Someone put a crazy patch on it. Um, and all of a sudden, they just chuck it out to the thrift stores. And that's the one thing I love about thrifting Los Angeles is that you find things that somebody used one time and then they throw it in the garbage. This is basically brand new. I've looked and I've looked. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this machine. And because there's no fronting here in the House of Sewing, I don't know if you can see that, but I paid $34.99 for something that retails for $200. So I'm really stoked. Yeah, Joy, I am so stoked that I scored this machine. I'm still kind of in disbelief. Um, this thing was barely used. It has the original bobbins, all the feet and everything. But the one of the main bobbin holders is broken. I wish I was that kind of person. But I would get rid of something just because one thing broke. Hey, Artie, how's it going? Yeah, it's a Los Angeles hat. You can now purchase LA hats in all colors, in any color. Oh, I was so excited. So this particular thrift store is in what's called the foothills of Los Angeles, and so while the foothills is basically at the bottom of a giant mountain. So when I was driving up towards there, I was thinking, man, it's been a long time, but I always score in that area. So I wasn't expecting a sewing machine, but when I turned the corner, I laughed. I absolutely laughed. I don't even know. I Every single stitch works, everything works completely. I really think I scored something that somebody was like, I'm just gonna use it for one project, and then they chucked it off to the Goodwill. I scored this one. So I'm gonna make my collar for this beautiful coat that is behind me. I haven't finished it yet on purpose. And the funny thing is, when I got to the edges, I was like, what am I gonna do? And it dawned on me, I was like, oh yeah, I have a serger that works now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Haven't I noticed it on the table? I was so shocked. It's that particular thrift store, I have purchased quite a few broken sewing machines from there. One day I purchased 4 broken Kenmores for $20, realizing why they were all so cheap in the first place. So I will be adding a collar on Skitz's friend back there, and it's amazing how a serger helps out your project. I already completely edged the sleeves. It looks great. I am so stoked. No, these Kenmores were more from the 80s. I refurbish any sewing machine I can get my hands on. It's one of those strange things that, like, I started off with the pedal machines, and now I can do almost anything except for like the LCD screen ones. Once the screen's gone, you just either you replace the screen or you get rid of the machine. There's really nothing you can do about that. But I also have oh when I was walking out with it, I felt like I was in one of those, hokey shows you see on Netflix. This happens all the time. This actually happens all the time where somebody barely uses a sewing machine, then they huck it off to oof, the thrift store. You know what's so funny? The second I take the case off of this thing, I immediately drop it. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So I purchased a ton of yay. So Kilroy, I purchased a gray singer. I found it at a thrift store in the foothills by my house. I'm just recapping really quick. Yay! Hello, butterfly. Hello, hello. I knew a guy that fixed her on Genome. Oh, embroidery machines works great. I need help on the electronics, but anything else besides that, I can fix almost any sewing machine. Grandma had a spinning wheel, a huge weaver, and my mom. Does it make you feel like you almost stole it for the price I paid? Yeah, for the price I paid. I was so. This exact model in this working condition goes for $206. At least that's through my research. Hello, butterfly. Great to see you. Yay! Hello, hello. You mean your show isn't hockey and on, oh, isn't hokey and on Netflix? Oh, I scored. You know what the thing is? I can tell that I can tell it's everything that everybody says that it is. I'm not going to sit up here in front and act like it's the greatest machine ever built. It's just something I wanted, and I've been saying it for so long, it became a thing. So when I saw it, I laughed. Oh, excuse me. Yay. Um, Yay. Now running into the ground. Well, that may or may not be my plan. I think it's also because I've watched a lot of those shows. Let me clear this because I'm about to show off all of these awesome. So, yesterday, on kind of another whim, I decided to go back to that thrift store in Granada Hills. Well, it's kind of like on the border of Reseda, Granada Hills, and Chatsworth. LA is a confusing place sometimes. At best I can recall, that thing was around 650 new and old people money. I like that too. I like that too. Hey, skids, how's it going? Hey, that is so awesome, Pam. That is so awesome. You know, when you get a serger at a good price, you literally saved yourself a couple $100. Like, just like Joy said last week about when I got my white going, I saved myself the $600 that I was going to spend for a brand new serger that I probably would have the same problems with. I would have had the exact same problems with with the serger. Yay, hello, hello. Well, 70s money. I'm living off of 70s money. May 70s money reign forever. Oh, yay, skids. Hello, hello. So, let me grab the patterns. Ooh, I laughed so hard because I got double the amount that I got last time. And the store is ran by these really stoic people. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm extremely outgoing. So it's weird to me when I walk in and I'm like, hi. And they just look at me. Hi. And you know what? The young lady said hello to me. The guy just looked at me. It was a bit awkward. It was a bit awkward. Mom got the white because it was 2/3 the money. Spending $100 to save 200. That's some real sewing now. No, I did not buy that full price. I paid $34.99 at the Goodwill and on the foothills. Happy Veterans Day to you, Skits. Happy Veterans Day to anyone who has served. I come from a family of people who have served, so happy Veterans Day to everyone. Hop in, Skits, if you're not doing anything. I carried it upstairs and mounted it. Wink face. Quote of the evening so far. I carried it upstairs and mounted it. 30. Okay, so absolutely butterfly. And I'm telling you, someone used this machine one time. They broke the middle spindle and never used it again. I basically bought a brand new sewing machine for $34.99. And I said the same thing to Waternay, and she was like, $34.99. You've been ripped off. You've been ripped off. I wanted one so bad. It's because I've gone back and watched all those shows. And there's another one that I'm watching right now, but they're using Jukies. But there was this young lady where she was like, I'm an upcycler. She lives in the Pacific Northwest somewhere. I can just tell. I'm from the West Coast. We're all a bit Pacific Northwest at certain times. And she was like, oh, I'm an upcycler, and I am too. So I'm not pointing the finger at anyone or making fun of, but it takes one to recognize one. But I laughed when they panned the camera and they had one of those sitting on her desk. And I'm like, okay, you're doing that for TV. What she didn't show was the 6 of them sitting under her desk. No, I'm kidding. Are we going to need to send you to Sewing Anonymous? Yes. Yes. We can actually have it in my living room. But I'm one of those people that has that I need to be doing something, so we could have the meeting and I'll be sewing at the same time. Yay! So, let me tune into myself. Do you know, I don't know if it was showering with my phone or dropping coffee on it, but the speakers sound really wonky on my phone, but it's an iPhone. It'll come back. I got really lucky. I paid $34 for a machine that retails in the condition it's in for $200. And I still do not know why people pay so much money for these machines, but I'm a refurbisher. I buy basically, besides my Husqvarna, a Viking, everything I inherited, every sewing machine in here I've purchased at an antique store or a thrift store. So I'm a fabricaholic and proud of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons I didn't go downtown is because I really had everything I needed. And I'm glad I didn't because I scored that gray singer. I'm still kind of in disbelief. But I was about to say I'm gonna make myself big when I already am. It's Saturday night. Okay. So all my all my pattern people prepare to go back in time. This lovely simplicity pattern is from 1985. I think it's more or less the hair and the pictures that I love on this. But in 1985, this was $4.79. Was that a lot of money back then? Do you know what's really funny? Do you know what's really funny? Butterfly, I agree with you. It's one of those weird machines. Like I wanted another Brother VX809 and I found its cousin and it works just as well, you know. So um but I scored a ton of patterns. Yay, 520 subs. Thank you. Thank you. I will be here for as long as I have a signal. The hair is why we have climate change. These pictures are gold. Let me see if I can find a year from this. This lovely pattern is from 1976. It's Carefree Patterns Marlowe's Corner from 1976. Hey Mona, how are you? Hello, hello. Yay. Good to see you. Good to see you. My friend gave me a bunch of patterns from the late 60s and early 70s, little girl patterns. Awesome. Yay. Hey, Mona. Do you know last week when you guys told me there's a market for this, I've been looking it up and there's a huge market for people who buy old patterns. And it makes me laugh how these were like, like $1.50, 75 cents, and I'm paying $2 a piece for them. This lovely pattern is from 1980. This is McCall's pattern from 1980. Yay! Hello, hello, awesome. Hello, everybody. Can you see the lady in that photo typing on a typewriter with a pot of coffee and half an ashtray? Yes, yes, absolutely, yes. I have amassed. I don't even want to count. I don't even want to count because I went from having, you know, like I have a row. I have my sewing toolbox over there, and I have a row of patterns. Those are the ones that I use all the time, and I've kind of hide all the other patterns because after a while, it's just stacks and stacks. But I'm sure I've purchased over 150 patterns in the past 2 weeks. But these old McCalls are awesome. This is from 1983. And you know what's funny? You can tell these patterns that have been used a bunch because like this one was never used because it's in perfect condition. Like it was never pulled out. You can tell. This is a butt trick from 2009. Do you know what's funny? I was trying to avoid the 2000s patterns, but at one point I grabbed everything. I think they are pencil skirts. They are, let me see. It says Mrs. Skirts. Mrs. Skirts. Like, is that like, hey, lady? But I was trying to avoid the more modern patterns, but they slipped in there because I was grabbing just, it was overwhelming because I started doing this and then I started going like this and like this. And all of a sudden I had a huge thing. And this young lady walks up to me and she's like, you're going to need a cart. And I thought she was just being sarcastic. She walks away, but you know what? Bless her heart, because she came back with a cart. I thought she was just like, they're really weird there. They have a ton of sewing stuff, so I'll put up with whatever they're doing. I don't even care. But they're just strangely stoic. I think what it is that they're all in their 20s. So now he can sew things up when he can, exactly. That's another reason why I'm collecting a lot of these patterns. I am now taking orders for everything. This lovely pattern is from 1990. Actually, you know what's really funny? I could have told you this was from 1990 without even I remember these people. I hung out with these people and lived around these people. I remember the hair, everything. I love it when people take a minute to help you. Well, I was on like, it's, you can't miss me. I'm wearing my vest and a cowboy hat. When I go in public, I'm always wearing my black ratty cowboy hat. I'm consistent. You'll know it's me. I am an extremely consistent human. So it's just weird that they know me. Uh-oh. The thumb is back. Let's see if it does the balloons. You know what, it is a party because I've got a gray singer. Oh, that's so funny. I feel like I was in one of those like shows when I was walking out. I feel like I was in Project Runway. The blouse. I think I made that once. That is so awesome. Made it in satin fabric. I think that is so awesome, Joy. These make me laugh. This is from 1979. The look in her eyes looks like she was hanging out with Rick James. The look in her eyes. Oh, I love these old patterns. I absolutely love these old patterns. Oh, this is more of a modern one, I can tell just by look. Oh, it's from 1999. Who knew that 1999 wouldn't be modern anymore? But people still, do you know what's so sad? Like, to me, that's modern, but that's because I'm stuck in 1999. I remember that combo as well. I have a ton of old patterns with intentions of making. Nope, not a one. Yeah. There's a like I get commissions, and this is just good to fall back on. Because mainly like I'm known for a few things. So right now it's just kind of niche. And so I'm just making one thing, but eventually someone's going to come to me and be like, "Hey, are you more than a one-trick pony?" And I'm going to be like, "Yeah, I have a pattern for that. Do you want to look like it's 1999?" So I'm building up my arsenal because I'm slowly starting to make clothes for people. So I'm trying to be, I started off just making clothes for myself, and now I'm confident enough to make it for other people. Yes, me too. I pick them up and never Oh, I can put this next to my book collection of my collection of intentions. This pattern is from 1983. We could have went to high school together. Oh, I think I have seen one of those patterns in a Sir Mix-a-Lot video. You know, I wish Waternay was here. We watched that video the other night, and it's now in my playlist. I was bumping that song. I was bumping it in the car. I forgot how much bass it has. Yeah, this is from 1983. I love the artwork on these. Same with the thrifted fabric. Just hoard it. That's why I've been reorganizing everything. I'm officially building the fabric section in my closet. It's come to that, though. It's come to that. Ooh, what year is this from? 1979. I live for these pictures. I absolutely live for these pictures. That's good. When I posted the picture of my Grace Singer, I put a picture of Darth Vader in a group chat, and I can totally see her at the Imperial March as well. Ooh, that is fancy. Oh. I have collected patterns also. Pam, when you pulled out that tub of patterns, you inspired me. Oh, I forgot to go to my local dollar store and buy more. I need more plastic tubs. And my local dollar store is king of plastic tubs at this point. Same with the thrifted fabric. Just hoard it. Oh my God, Becky, look at his patterns. Oh my God. Look at his. I like big patterns. Okay. Patent pending, work in progress. Work in progress. Yep, that was the style then. Oh, where is this from? What year? 1989. She looks, whoa, good catch. Try to do that one-handed again. She looks like she's about to go play tennis. 79 is fine. 79 is fine. This is from 1989. I remember that year. I rarely say my age, but if you listen closely, I actually say it all the time. Please tell me Waternay finally let loose and love to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Who cannot? Who if somebody says they do not like Sir Mix-a-Lot, we can't hang out. We can't hang out at all. This is 2002. So I have a question. What is considered? That's a really good comment. So I have a question. What's considered old, vintage? Um, to me, fashion is reciprocal. And so eventually it's just going to come back and people are going to start wearing it anyways. So I'm not going to get rid of any of these. But what I'm saying is, like this is from 2002. I'd wear that coat with my daughter. I would wear that coat. Let's see if they. Hold on. But we're going to find out real quick. Where is my compass? We're going to see if they make it in my size. Oh, they make it. Ooh, they make it in my size. I would wear that coat, and I can make it in my size. Okay, that one's going off to this side, so that one will fit. I wondered if any of these would fit me. Kind of feels like one sometimes, Joy. It sends me either in the right direction or I was in the wrong direction. because I know my dimensions, but my weight goes up and down. And so sometimes I'm in denial. Especially this time of year. This is like we're now entering after Halloween, it's officially the food eating time of year. You know, the gorging time of year. This pattern is from 1989. Maybe you'll have to remove the dust stars. I think so. I think I'll have to. That coat's gonna make you look like Jackie Kennedy. Oh, or like Bernie Mac cosplaying as Jackie Kennedy. See, this is why I get these old patterns. They're so much fun. They're so much. Oh, I live for these old drawings. I live for these old drawings. You know what? This time I came up on a ton of patterns. On honestly. This I'll try to speed it up because there's a ton here. This is from 1981. I love those ladies spans on that pattern. Ooh, B is awesome. B is absolutely awesome. Those spans, those are awesome spans, and the pattern is awesome as well. Oh, just how many is a ton? Last time I put him up to the last time. I put the pile up to the last pile I purchased, and it's double, if not triple, the amount. This is from 1981. I live for these drawings. The drawings just they make me laugh. And you have an option to make that. Oh, good times. Good times. Let's see. Oh, this one's from 1983. We went to high school together. Wrap skirt. Oh, that's a wrap skirt. Okay. I love that is some 1983 hair. I love the collar. You know what? I might go through half of these patterns just for the collar. Oh, it's a wraparound skirt. Okay. I completely thought it was something else. Do you know what? When I think of the 80s, I think of people playing tennis. I'm from the suburbs. Sad but true story. That is some CEO hair right there. No, the last one. Oh, whoops. Mom used to make those vests. Oh, that vest is awesome. Do you know what's really funny? Oh, hold on. Let's see if they. Yep. They have my side. That hair would protect you in the event of a car crash. Do you know what's funny? That's why I love watching old episodes of Are You Being Served? They always talk about Mrs. Slocum's hair being serviced at Old Shibe. This has got to be modern. Oh, 2009. So what I was saying is, what is considered an old pattern? Like, this is from 2009. It's 2023. Is this considered old? People still rock this. You know what I'm saying? I know people that still rock these coats. Maybe that's why you can start making that. But it's just a weird question I have. Because to me, that's not out of style. But this is from 2009, and people are weird that way. Okay. I have a really, really funny story about this next pattern. And I am a vest aficionado. I love vests. There is nothing but love for vests here in the house of sewing. Um, so this next pattern I have seen at this thrift store for over a year, over 2 years, and every time I see it, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy you. It has sat in this rack for a while. It got caught up in the hoopla, and I purchased this. This is a tabletop show house simplicity pattern. I have walked past this thing a ton of times. I really didn't think that I needed this. And so I was like, I'm going to leave it for anybody who wants to buy this. For anybody. I think before 2000. Okay, so that's good to know. That's good to know. But I kind of laughed when I got home and I saw this. I've been avoiding this for months, if not a year. And it just makes me laugh that it got caught up in the hype because I was just grabbing patterns. I couldn't believe they had this many because I thought I purchased all of them last week, and I'm probably going to go back midweek. You can buy a pack of Camels. It's old. Okay. That's going to be so sad. There's going to be a generation of people that do not know those life ruining habits. Isn't a car considered vintage at 25 years old? Okay, we could go by that scale. We could definitely go by that scale. This is from 1995. So is this considered old? I used to make those runners too. That's cool. I made my first table topper this year. I'm not against it. I bought that Sachet's book. I was like, bring it on. I recently bought a quilting book trying to get over my fear of quilting. It's not my fear of quilting, it's just something that I haven't necessarily got into. But I remember these people as well. I love these patterns. I love the designs. I remember the sweater over. I remember that whole Liza. That is Liza Minnelli right there. And I remember that whole Liza Minnelli outfit right there. Those table runners would go great with your avocado colored oven and a wood grain pan. I was thinking about moving. And I was like, what if I bought one of those old like mansions that are all old wood grain? I wouldn't change anything. I would keep the house Elvis as Elvis as possible. That second lady from the last reminds me of Fran Drescher and Liza Minnelli. I'm telling you, that is Liza Minnelli right there. But I remember people wearing that combo. Oh man. I promise you, I'm almost done, kind of. There's quite a... I knew it was going to take a while. Awesome. Absolutely, Liza Minnelli. It's so funny. It's not like I wonder what people think about me, because in the end, what other people's opinion about me is none of my business. But I wonder what these people think about me. This is from 1975. No problem. I'm enjoying remembering the day. Yay! See, and that's another thing. I love the nostalgia of it. Like when I say, oh, I remember those people, I just remember people wearing outfits like that, And Joy was 21 in 1975. Did you buy those in a bundle or separate? I purchased these ones. I purchased separate. Last week, the ones that I purchased, they like 6 of them were in a bundle, but everything else was individual. Everything else was individual and got married. And got married. Awesome. Awesome. This is from 1984. We would have went to high school as well. I laughed when I saw this. Hey, if anybody lives in the LA area and you want me to make this for you, I will hook you up. He buys them by the pound. That's the kind of man Oh my gosh. There's an old Bernie Mac joke that I can't, it's so dirty I can't tell it, but the punchline is that, if they put it in cans, I'd buy it by the pound. These scream prom dresses to me, though. These scream prom dresses to me. You're not even in your 50s. No, I was talking about the 80s patterns. Until they invent a time machine. No, I'm in my 40s. I am in my 40s. Just like I told the truth about the price that I paid for that sewing machine, I'll tell the truth about my age. Matter of fact, I'm as old. Oh my gosh, I don't even like admitting it. But Britney Spears and I would have went to high school together. This is from. Okay, this is from 2009. Some of these newer ones got mixed in. Because at one point I just grabbed everything. I was like, all right, you're all coming home with me. Oh yeah, Pam, you and I are right around the same age. Like right around the same age. That's why when you make certain references, I was like, oh, I remember that. I remember that. I saw this one on top. When I saw this, I was like, oh, this one, this is what started the feeding frenzy of me grabbing patterns when I was like, I want all of them. Let's see what year this is from. Oh, I jumped 1983. He was in high school. Yes, I was. And they filmed Romy and Michelle's high school reunion at my high school. Fun fact. This one, I jumped when I saw this. The problem with those patterns is one size, boo. That's why I keep on measuring. Like when I see certain things, I measure myself because they are. And it's funny. It was Waternay who had me look at the sizes. She's like, "What size is that?" Because I'm like, "Yay! I bought these patterns. Not reading the dimensions of them because I'm a collector. So I was like, I'll take everything, everything. Who likes short skirts? Yeah, he likes short skirts. Tennis. I was talking about tennis early. See, when I think of the 80s, I think of people playing tennis. I'm telling you, I grew up in the suburbs. So maybe it's just because I grew up in the burbs. Do you know what? The other day I was like, I don't have too many buttrick patterns. Now I have like 50 or 60 of them. There, I'm almost done. I promise. And I will get to my cheetah. I will get to my cheetah coat in a second. I promise. That's why I made it, because I knew I would be here for an hour geeking out over patterns. And this one does not have a year on it that I can see, but that's cool too. And now that song is just blasted. Oh, look at her hair. Oh, look at her hair. Yay. Don't forget to give a like to the crazy sewing pattern guy. This has got to be 2000s. This is 2008. See, the funny thing is when it starts getting to certain years, like people still wear these. And that long trench, I'd wear that. That's basically like my green coat. Besides the arms, I would make that, you know. And that suit, I still see people wearing every single one of these suits. And maybe it's because I'm getting older and I'm like, that's not that long ago. That is not that long ago. I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept the age. This is this is from 1984. This is another one. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I would frame that. Look, that it screams 1984. They were stylish, Pam. They were absolutely stylish back then. Oh, oh, I love that look. Do you know we have? Do I have two? I think I have two. I do. I have two of these, and they're both heavily used. That means somebody made quite a few dresses out of these patterns. Okay, and so that means last but not least, this is from 1983 neckline. Nice neckline. I like absolutely the collar, everything. It was amazing. If you're reading this and you don't hit the thumbs up, the sewing machine. I could see Kilroy with a cigarette and a 45 up to a sewing machine. Bridesmaids. True. That's it. That's you know what? That's a very, very good point. It's you can tell like when something's puffy like that, that pattern has been taken out and put back a million times. And I have two of these, and they are both extremely puffy. Oh, that's hilarious. Somebody really worked these out. Which makes sense because there's a shop, there's a shop that was printed on some of these. And some of these I think were rentals. Do people rent or did people rent patterns? Asking for a friend. Because some of them have stamps of certain stores on it. I love the nostalgia because those places aren't there anymore because I Googled a lot of them and they no longer exist. And like I said, I believe I said this is from 1983 and that's the last one. I think I have two of these as well. Oh, that's funny. This one's not used at all, I can tell. The other one was heavily used. Awesome. That was almost an hour's worth of patterns. I came up. That was so many patterns it almost made everybody forget about the gray singer, which is now propped over there. I usually fold a pattern up and place it in the Ziploc bag along with the envelope. Pain in the ass to fold. So true, Joy. Do you know why? If you saw the disgraceful things that I've done to Mimi G pattern R11407, some pieces I've literally just been like scrunch and just put them back in. I fold them to the point where they get back in there. Never heard of renting patterns, but may check out from the library. It's just a weird thing because they had like, especially the other ones that I purchased, they had weird stamps from stores and it said, please return to blah, blah, blah. And then other ones said, no refunds. Refold. I traced almost all my patterns. You can tell the ones that were traced and the ones that were not traced. Oh my gosh. That is a mountain of patterns. That is a mountain. It's like folding up a road map. You'll never get that thing to look brand new again. Well, yeah, because once you mess with the creases, you're done. That's true. With the old school maps, once you get that crease, you're done. Yep, hence Ziploc bag. I like that idea. I really like that idea because when I was looking for the because this came without a pedal, and I'm like, I don't care for $34. I will gladly take this sewing machine for $34. You know what? Let's plug it in. Let's plug it in. Let's show it off a little bit. But when I was fishing in this room for the cord, it dawned on me I need to be about 20% more organized. Excuse me. So I think I'm going to start putting everything in Ziploc bags. And the funny thing is, like at my job, we label everything. So I should really start doing that at my house. Like I said, I can tell that they rarely use this machine because this is all the original parts, still factory sealed. Does it have an attachment in the storage area? Does it have any attachments? Yeah, it came with everything. That's why I was shocked. I was shocked. The Gray Singer didn't come with a pedal, boo. And I looked. And to that person that takes odd sewing pedals, I don't believe in much, but there's a special place in Hades for you. I scoured because this particular place, everything is sprawled out on the very back of the store, and you have to look. You have to look through everything because there's been times where I have found the cord, but I did not find the cord. So when I was looking for the pedal, it dawned on me I should be way more organized because I knew I had one. It's a mathematical impossibility that I did not have a cord in this room for it. Aren't you one of those people that buy odd pedals? Yeah, but I buy them when they're tagged and for sale. I just don't grab them. There's been, and especially they won't sell it. At certain stores, they won't sell it to you if it doesn't have a price tag on it. You want a pedal? Saw it off your Going to my blue one. That thing is gonna get a Viking funeral. Do you know what's so cool? Let me see if I can move I have without unplugging everything. I officially have a serger station. I felt so efficient. I was sewing over here, doing my thing, and it dawned on me. I was like, oh yeah, I have a working serger. So I put it there, but I need to put it somewhere. I'm like towering over this thing, but it works. So while I'm sewing, it works perfectly, but I think I'm gonna I have a odd table right here that's about like this height, so I think I'm gonna bring it forward. But that means I have to rearrange this room, so I'm gonna have to pick a day to rearrange this entire room. But it needs to happen because the serger is working now, and so it needs its own place. But so for right now, it has its own station. Yeah, it's awesome. Absolutely. Sometimes people offer me their extra pedals. I'm like, yes, please, absolutely. For moments like this, I knew I had it though. There was no way that I wouldn't have the pedal, especially if it's a singer. I like to think that I have almost every accessory that singer has to offer, but maybe that's just bravado. Maybe that's just bravado because I've purchased a ton of singer sewing machines. And that's why now you need a swivel. When I was driving back from the thrift store, there was some really trashed ones out on the street. I even got out of my car and looked, but they were too trashed. There was a reason they were next to the trash can. I'll put this thing in my living room. I will put this thing in my living room. It weirdly matches a painting I have. So I'm down. But you see, here's my thing. I will never again spend $100 for a chair that's just going to die on me in a month. I move around a lot. I'm an active human. For as much as you see me sitting here, I am that human that gets up every 10 minutes, so I destroy chairs. Serger stations are the best. Exactly. I was so excited. A long time ago, there was this sewist I used to watch, and she would be talking to you, sewing, and then she'd get up and go, brah, and then sit right back down because she had her serger like just a little bit out of reach. I loved it. I loved it. And yeah, I'm copying her. uh, He already keeps his head in a swivel. His ass doesn't need to be in a swivel too. Very true. This is very true. You might find one in the thrift store. Keep your eye out. You're right. I will never again pay $100 for a chair. I was so disappointed. And you know what? When the kid asked me, "Hey, do you want to buy the warranty?" I should have. I like to stand and surge. I was thinking I almost purchased one of those weird, I call them Silicon Valley desks. It's a standing desk. Um, they just weird me out, but I need one because I move around all the time. But I keep on seeing them everywhere, so I guess they're not popular anymore. Because I'm an avid thrifter, and because I live in LA County, I have access to hundreds of Goodwills, so I cruise a few. And I'm starting to see a lot more of those weird stand-up tables. A lot more of those stand-up tables. I'm this close to buying one. If you can get one, you can cover it with Fendi. I am dying to use that fake Fendi material as well. Should I open this up? You know what makes me laugh so hard? I'm going to open this up. Is that whoever had this machine before never used this. Part of me wants to keep everything here, though. All right. I'll put it back where it was. It makes me laugh when people do not use sewing machines. They use it once or twice and then they put it in the thrift store. To me, that's rich. Like people buy Lamborghinis and Ferraris, whatever. If you can buy something and just get rid of it like that, you must be rich. Cover it, absolutely. Go to Vegas. You can probably get pedals there and lots of other things you may or may not. I had a Vegas talk this morning. I had a Vegas talk this morning. Somebody was telling me that with all the construction, it's a nightmare because they're building a baseball stadium right now because the Oakland Athletics are now the Las Vegas Athletics. They have the Raiders and they have the Las Vegas Knights. And apparently they're building the baseball stadium next to the football stadium, which is on one side of the freeway, and the entire strip is on the other side of the freeway. So all the roads are closed and it's a mess. And I was like, thank you for telling me that. Then I got in my car and I Googled it. You could just see red street closure. So if I do go to Vegas, I'll probably go to Henderson and go thrifting. Oh man. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Oh. All right. So now instead of just talking about this great singer, let's make a caller. Once I get myself organized, I feel like I should pull my table out though because I have so much on this desk already. And the funny thing is that the whole reason of bringing this desk to my house was to alleviate the fact that I was cutting on my tables. And it didn't stop me. And I've had this desk in here for 3 years. Pulling out the Bernie Mac fabric early tonight. I'm gonna finish my coat. I am determined. I think I might go full like giant 1970s collar. And because I'm world famous for adding pockets on after, I haven't decided if I even want pockets on. I'm in this weird um cover phase where I want something to cover my vest and everything. Let me grab my table. Oh, before I forget, I completely forgot. I purchased a Jim Brown jersey. This thing is awesome. I went thrifting today. I went crazy thrifting today. It's I washed it, so it's still a bit it's with something like this that's considered delicate, I wash it delicate and then I hang dry it. So it's still a bit damp. I forgot I bought this. But I totally scored. And I know I have a rule against wearing things that are the same skin color as myself, but I don't care. This is a Jim Brown jersey. I am so stoked. I will be wearing this all the time. And one of my one of thank you, butterfly. Thank you. Until I have to pull my ID out. Wear that around, and when people ask you what 32 means, tell them it's your age. Oh, 32. I remember 32. That's a good color for you. Oh, thank you. I know I had it on earlier and I like it. I like it. But I have a weird rule about wearing something that's the exact same skin color as myself. Okay. So if I ever needed an intervention about anything, it would be I needed a patch intervention. Patch intervention. This was a 3 a.m. purchase. And if anyone's wondering what 1791 is, the second through 13th amendment were ratified in 1791. So they were basically put into stone in 1791. But that definitely was a 4 a.m. purchase. I recently went full Karen. I went full Mechazord Karen on Amazon, and they gave me over $100-something gift cards because every package that came to my house was late, or it just didn't show up. I ordered a cowboy hat that never showed up, and I don't give up. I am one of those people who is strangely determined. I do not give up. Like, I'm not going to let you just steal from me. And that's what Amazon was basically doing. And I did not back off for 2 weeks. And they gave me over 100-something bucks in gift cards. I wouldn't back down. But if you think about it, they probably stole more of that from me because I'd always pay for express shipping and it wouldn't show up. And it racked over 150. So they got theirs in the end still. It's refreshing to see a Second Amendment thing that doesn't have the AR-15. That was definitely one of my weird reasonings for ordering that thing at you know, what do we call that? A 2 a.m. purchase? A 4 a.m.? There's got to be a category for that. Like a lonely, bored, emotional purchase. And you know what? I wasn't even lonely. I was just sleep deprived. I should have went to bed. Sometimes when I open up Amazon, I ask myself, dude, do you really just need a nap? Usually it's I just really need a nap. All right, let me switch my angle. Midnight snack purchase. I like that. Well, your midnight snack is the microwave. That's what you buy. I like that midnight snack purchase. I am a midnight snacker too. I'm one of those. I'm one of those weird people. I sleep eat. People sleepwalk. They do all kinds of things. I guess that's my version of sleepwalking. But I wake up at the table eating. All right. You know what? I think first I'm going to cut a base for the, well, you know what? I'm just going to cut the collar and then I'll line it with itself. And I'm realizing that these cuts are not going to make it because they're cut the long way. So I'm going to have to, okay, I was just making sure. It looked like I was stuck for a second. Sorry. So I'm going to have to cut new pieces because I have to keep the continuity of the collar. Let's see if that's long enough. I cut the arms wrong, so I had to recut the arms because the stripes were going in the wrong direction. So always read the directions and pay attention. And I'm speaking mainly to myself on that one. No Amazon. Seriously though, butterfly, serious. Somebody was telling me about because I have all this stuff on on my son's phone, and somebody was telling me about how like you can basically shut your phone down during certain hours. I think I should shut my phone down from like four during work hours, like 4:30 in the morning to to like noon. Those are my vulnerable hours when I emotionally buy things. Oh man, Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit.
No wonder my nose is getting stuffed. It's a California winter. Right. Perfect. Okay. Now that we have our stripes aligned, let me move my chair. I see butterflies comment. That is true though. It's true. I need to stop buying things in the middle of the night. It's a repulsive habit. And also things show up in my house and I'm like, did I order this? And I look and it like if I ever do not remember something, it's like I always think I'm putting something in my in my what is that? In my cart. But I'm buying it. At least that's my excuse. Okay. So I got that. I should measure. The rule is, measure twice, cut once. Does anyone do no spend January? I tried and failed this year. I tried. I failed really, really hard. All right. Perfect. It's saying perfect, and I'm not even looking at the measurements. Here we go. Is it really that? I got to measure that again. Was it really that big? I was way off. I was about to say I've been working out, but not that much. You some Yeah, sometimes I just need a thrift fix. Everybody, even if I don't buy anything, just to be in the store. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I actually cruise thrift stores more than I buy stuff. I know that sounds crazy. And I have like new rules for myself. Like I stopped buying books per se because I've purchased over 200 Star Trek books from thrift stores, and I thought I had them all, and then I watched a video and someone mentioned how there was like 300. I was like, "Oh, looks like I still have more to go." So now I stick to sewing books. At least that's what I've been trying to lately. I've been trying to stick to sewing books. Let's be real. I don't want to get all Jerry Falwell and be like, "Oh, I have sinned." But, I've purchased a few books here and there. I have to read about air wars from World War One. I recently bought a book on air wars. Isaiah looked at me. He's like, "You're not going to read that." I was like, "Yes, I am." Oh, all right. So we don't want this collar to be too huge. I can't stop buying books. I'm the same thing. Pam, I am so grateful for you because you and I are very much alike. Never know when you'll find something at Fabulous Deal. I am so because like I I'm a real life hoarder. I am like a real life hoarder. I'm not like on the show yet. That's just because like I have my stuff hidden, but like I do buy books. I've told myself like stop buying books. I recently purchased a Mark Twain book. The Mark Twain book was awesome because it's all the stories that I haven't read, but the Ultimate Quilting and Patchwork Companion actually has really helped me out. I've been reading through it and I know quilting is pretty self-explanatory, but I don't know the terms and certain things. So I've fallen in love with that book. What I'm trying to stammer out is that I buy books as well. All right. Is that really the proper measurement? It is. It's spot on. Okay, so I don't know. Oh man, how big do I want my collar is the question. Perfect. That is perfect. All right, let's see which piece is bigger. I'm trying not to go full 1975 on this collar, but let's be real. I usually end up going full 1975 on my collar. Okay, perfect. All right, give it some angle. And like I always use the piece I just cut. Then I come back with my ruler and I try to cut it the exact same size. Perfect. It's the only way I can cut it even color is by using the other piece, but it's my tried and true method. Perfect, and it works every time. I'll find a spot somewhere to store it. I'm the same way. You know what's really funny? When I've been thrifting lately, every time I walk into a thrift store, I tell myself, don't buy a table. Do not buy a table. Do not buy a table. That's why when I saw that touch and sew, it was a real test for me. Especially as touch and sew, usually I would buy it, but at that price, for $100, it's not worth it. $100 for a touch and sew is actually ludicrous. And even for all my crazy adventures, that's where I draw the line. Actually, before I completely run away from this table, I should now a piece. I'm just gonna line it with itself so it has that look underneath on top and underneath. And I know what everyone's gonna say, but at this point, if the underneath is not matched, that's okay. I'll just call it Art Deco. Okay. Oh, let me get my pen. Where are my notes? Because there was all kinds of exciting things that I've already forgotten about. Oh, they'll show themselves somewhere. Can I ask a serious question? And this is just somebody who's up early in the morning. What is the appeal to McDonald's? Is it nostalgia? Is it the fact that we all like, because it's consistent and it tastes exactly the same? It's weird to me when in my town, I live by a place that we call Hamburger Hill. And long story short, it has every fast food joint on earth. And it's weird to me that at 8 in the morning, there'll be a line for McDonald's and everywhere else is abandoned. It's strange to me that that's what that people choose to gorge on. And I'm not dogging it. I eat McDonald's all the time. I'm just asking. It's the strangest thing to me, though. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, I really dropped my phone. Here it is. At this point, only nostalgia. Their only selling point. It sucks compared to the local place, but it's cheap. Not anymore. McDonald's is where I live. McDonald's is expensive. Even Burger King. I have fallen in love with this chicken sandwich. Um, every time I go, a large combo is $17. And I looked just the other day and I took pictures. Like gas is like um 6 something. Because usually when I pay for my gas, I close my eyes. And I don't even look. I just swipe and run. Beautiful. It's one of those weird things. Because my town looks weirdly abandoned in the morning because people are sleeping in on a Saturday. I don't blame them. That's the one day I have to run around like a crazy person. So I'm up early. Oh, right. Beautiful. I have a weird question. Should I hit this? Should I just hit it with the serger, or should I sew it and then serge it, or just serge it? The serger is so anticlimactic, though. Should I just hit it with the serger? Let me see. Make sure my spacing is wide. Just serge. I was gonna change my name to Big Sewing, but I didn't think anybody would understand it, and I really just changed my name. So I was like, all right, calm down. But Big Sewing agrees with you. I've been reading that serger book, and it is serger propaganda, but it's true, but it's propaganda. I have so many patterns here that I've buried the foot. Okay. Let me move this a little bit. Perfect. All right. I'm really going to have to fix a light on this thing. And turn it on. Good times here in the house. Let me get my scissors. It's kind of anticlimactic having a serger that actually works. I literally do not know what to do with myself with having a serger that works. Oh, that's hilarious. Do you know the entire time I had this machine and it was me? It was me. It was not the machine. Beautiful. Oh, that's perfect. Says the guy who just had to figure out that this was a 2, 3, or 4 differential feed. Oh, and the blade is perfect on this too. Are you going to turn it inside out? It is turned inside out. The stripes that are going I lined it with itself, so it's odd looking. But this is upside down. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you know what's so funny? That's extremely anticlimactic. I'm so used to the drama of sewing and then getting up and doing a bunch of dramatic stuff. But now that I have a working serger, it's gonna speed up the process. That's awesome. I am literally just gonna throw this collar on now, and then I'm gonna sew it. All right. I'm gonna sew it with this beautiful heavy-duty gray Singer. I feel like I'm on Project Runaway. I think that's what the show was called. Don't at me. Perfect. The Margaritaville stages of troubleshooting. It's nobody's fault. It could be my fault. It's my own damn. Oh, it's my. Now I have that song cemented in my head. I've been to Margaritaville in Vegas. That was one of the most swashbuckling evenings I've ever had in my life. That I remember. Awesome. Do you know what's so funny? That wasn't even that long ago. That was like 13, 14 years ago, and that Vegas has disappeared. And now we are all singing Margarita, but it's our own damn fault. Oh, right. Oh, you know what? It wasn't. It was Sammy Hager's Cabo Wabo. That's what it was. That place. Oof. Well, let's be real. Tequila will have you dancing on rooftops. Oh, right. Let me put this in the script. My scraps bag is huge. All right, let's attach the collar. Beautiful. As I have Margaritaville playing in my head. Like I said, it's really anticlimactic. This is really going to speed up the collar process. And I'm laughing that this thing has been here the entire time. The entire time. I have to make sure I have the collar on. When I was in my 20s, I bought a 1983 VW Rabbit. It was gold. I loved that thing. I don't know what I was thinking. It was a stick shift. It took me almost 2 years to figure out there was a fifth gear on that thing. I remember the first time I drove all the way to Oregon in overdrive. Twice. Oh, that collar is perfect. Oh, that collar is absolutely perfect. Beautiful. Let me pin this high. Perfect. Why is this coming out absolutely perfect? Well, at this point, I am the great jacket maker, but with the serger, it really helped things go by 10 times faster. All right, let me get my pin cushion. Stop yakking so much. Attach this collar. Beautiful. Oops. Perfect. Now that I have my key pins in place, I can actually start pinning this thing. Because it absolutely is a magical day, Joy. It is a magical day. I found the Gray Singer. I've been talking about the Gray Singer for years, but I refused because I only act crazy on the internet. I refuse to pay full price because I've seen all the drama that people have had with the Gray Singers. But because I'm from an era where I don't know if they still have fashion shows on TV like that, but like a lot of the old shows, every single one was sponsored by Singer. And on RuPaul's Drag Race, they're still sponsored by Singer. Every single franchise, when they're in the workroom, they're they're literally talking over Grace Singers. So, and I just happen to be sitting in a room that is a museum of over 100 something years of Singer sewing machines. So I had to add to the collection. At least that was my reasoning for buying one of the most hated sewing machines. A while ago, I bought the original Touchtronic, not the Touchtronic 2000, but the one before that. And I had never seen so much hatred for a sewing machine. And so when I discovered the Grace Singer, it was almost laughable. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so excited. I need to find my. And you know what? If it wasn't for you guys, I would have never pulled my serger out. Especially that one night that I tuned in and I saw Pam sitting there with her serger. I was like, you know what? I need to fix my serger. And I couldn't. And then I forgot I had that white and I found it. So it all worked out. I'm still kind of laughing of how fast that was. All right. Yeah. Yeah, he could have gotten the Grace Singer home and it could have been a dud or not worked because he couldn't test it out before he paid for it. But I live by the motto of I'll fix it. Matter of fact, I can fix that is my middle name. I think I can fix anything, but it's more state of determination and less of it. I'm just one of those people I'm like, no, I can fix that. I can fix that. I can totally fix that. And then comes the touching on your new touching so. The touch and so may as well be a saint in this so-called religion. I'll take it. Has a Grace Singer. Oh, awesome. Awesome. It just makes me laugh. Just having the sewing machine here makes me laugh so hard. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. It's one of those things, to quote the big Lebowski, if you will it. something, the eye of the beholder or whatever. I still, like I said, I watch a lot of fashion television, and what inspired this. I know that this is the most, one of the most talked about sewing machines ever. And for $34.99, it was worth the giggle. Plus, I'm a sewist hoarder. Do you know what's really funny? When I used to review sewing machines, I would always say one of the first things that you should always check, which is not plugged in. That's twice tonight I've done that. On your new touching so. Perfect. Now there are my notes. I was wondering where those things had gone to. Oh, right. Moment of truth, huh? We need to find whoever made the Touch and Sew commercial. They did their absolutely. Those jingles, those people got paid a lot of money for those jingles back in the day because, as we all know now, advertisement works. Lightworks. So the more you advertise about something, the more people want it. And so those catchy jingles were, gold. Push bobbing right away. See, I'm singing the song already. On your new touching soul. Oh, you hear that? That is the sound of a rarely used machine. It still has the showroom, robot buzzing sound. It still sounds kind of new. Whoever had this machine, I'm not saying they didn't know what they were doing. Like, I've purchased a lot of sewing machines from people who have quit sewing. There's one for tomorrow, too. Now I have the Singer commercial stuck in my head. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you know, I always wonder if they really make, because there is some world-renowned sewists that make stuff on these, and I always wonder if the shows, they have the singers, but do they have, jukies in the background? Oh, man, I scored on this thing. Test out the stitch on the scrap piece first. It does sound good. Well, I guess it's a good thing it didn't eat his fabric. I was futzing around with this thing earlier because I was kind of in shock that there wasn't any major problems, yet to be seen. I spent more time looking for the power cord than troubleshooting this thing. Even right now, it just reached an impasse and it kind of just went right past it. So it's still... I think I'm going to have a positive review of this machine because I know what I'm getting myself into. I know this thing won't be able to do leather work, but it's doing its job right now. Well. Did I cut the thread? Oh, there's still 2. That's all that counts. Beautiful. Do you know, it's been a long time, but I scored a $200 sewing machine for $34. And all I had to do was add a cord. That's all I had to do. And then it magically, and now it's working. I'm still kind of in shock that this thing works. Tell you the truth. Because, it's one of those things, this thing, it's Vegas rules, This is a really pretty machine. And if it's walking up to me, I know it's going to cost me. I'm really letting the fabric fly on this one, and it's working. That's almost as fast as my Husqvarna. Oh, wow. It's got that it's got the speed that's what counts. It's got the quality speed. Wait, that explains it. You're in Sewing Anonymous. You're just in the cleanup and wear. I'll take everyone's sewing machine. Wait, that explains it. You're in Sewing Anonymous. You're just in the cleanup and warehouse division. Yes, I am. Well, are you going to be sewing a lot of leather? Probably not. So I think you're okay. I used to, but leather kills sewing machines. And I actually know people that still do a lot of leather work, and they use the old vintage Singers because they need all metal parts. Because it's not this thing could work on leather, but it's the wear and tear of the material. The old black vintage ones should sew right through. Yep, exactly. You need a Teflon foot though. Exactly. It's the vintage singers that are great for leather work. This is heavy duty in name only. I'm going to use the holy bejesus out of this thing. It has the original pieces. I'm still in kind of shock. I'm still kind of in shock that this thing is a fully functioning sewing machine. Because let's be real, when you buy something at a thrift store, there's always you're running the risk of what's wrong with you. Like there has to be something wrong with you. This is probably the third or fourth sewing machine that I've purchased that there's nothing wrong with it. And when I really just tested the speed right now, it was flying. So I might start using this every day and just see what happens to it, knowing that it's, eventually going to explode on me. And plus, I'm going to start traveling more, and I weirdly take sewing machines with me. But I don't like if someone broke in my car and took my Husqvarna, I would cry. If someone broke in my car and took that, I would be like, "Well, I hope they have fun." My Viking Topaz has a leather setting, and I think that's one of the reasons I killed my Husqvarna Viking is because I did a ton of vinyl and pleather work on it. Just an unreal amount of sewing on that machine. You know what's really funny? I'm kind of stoked. I have an operating let me turn it off. That's why I have to replace the light because I can't tell if that thing's on or off. But I have a functioning serger. I found one of my weird bucket list sewing machines. I am an official shill for big sewing at this point. Every sewing machine does leather. If you're great, I'll be right back. That's a great quote to leave it on. Oof. Okay. It's funny that you would bring that up. I tried to the timing is still a bit off on my Husqvarna Viking. It has an annoying click. And last night I was trying to fix it and when I took it apart, I saw all the real damage that I've done from years of not defluffing it. Like there was a lot of things I did not do with that machine that I should have. Just little maintenance things that I should have done that slowly led to the demise. Like there's even pieces of the metal where the arm goes all the way up. It was hitting the metal and it basically carved a bigger hole. So I'm thinking about taking my machine to downtown and having them look at it because it's an easy fix, but it's just something I don't have the patience for the timing, or just my hands are too big. I don't know what it is. Oh, this is, and it's surged. Oh, All right, let me fix the collar a little bit. All right. The collar's having a bit of a wardrobe malfunction in the back, but that's okay. Look how. Oh, come on. Oh, look how beautiful that is. And I made it a bit longer. I went like 9 or 10 inches. So it's a bit longer than the traditional trench that I make. But this is beautiful. I absolutely love how this came out. What color? Oh, that's evil. Should I add a zipper? Should I add a zipper to this? That would be my lazy solution to not putting buttons on this thing. And I have these really long, extra long dogwood zippers because I'm that person who buys every zipper at Walmart. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you. I feel like with my hat, I feel like I'm in the Wild Wild West video, the first one with Cool Mo D. But I always say, like, oh, I don't want to make these huge collars. And then I end up making straight 1975 giant collars. I think in order to make a normal collar, I would have to come in almost like 3 or 4 inches. Do you know, with my serger, it was so strange. Like there's no strings hanging from this. Usually I would spend most of this time cutting all the strings off and making it perfect before I showed it, but with the serger, there's absolutely no drama with this coat. This is beautiful. And with the length, it is extra dramatic. And it's perfect overcoat size. And I've been bringing in my cuffs just a little bit because I do love that large emo cuff, but I've been slowly bringing it in. I'm trying to perfect my style because I have a very specific style, but not everyone dresses like that. So, oh, this is so Briscoe County Jr. I love this coat. I love this coat. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Nothing wrong with the white serger I got. They just decided they wanted to upgrade or maybe downgrade to a brother 10D. I'm telling you, every every brother serger that and I'm not even trying, well, it's not like they're ever going to sponsor me, but brother sergers are not well made. Modern. The Walmart, Target, the modern brother sergers are terrible. I have yet to see one. I'm not going to say they all do not work because I'm not trying to get sued. But I recently watched a video where someone went to Walmart, walked up to the box, bought it, took it to the counter, purchased it, took it home, and it lasted about 45 minutes. And this person is a professional sewist, so maybe they're asking too much of this machine. I do the same thing all the time. I treat my machines like they're industrial, and they're not. I literally broke a Husqvarna Viking. That's like breaking a Swiss Army knife. That's just not possible. And yes, we have reached the Sofeld part of the stream. White serger, all metal inside. That's the only way they're gonna last forever. Those are such good machines. Those are like amazing sergers. So should I add a zipper on this? I have an extra long, almost 40-inch dogwood. I don't know. But I kind of want to keep the collar the way it is. I don't know. Let me grab the because if it's not the same color, I don't because I have my standard 20-inch. Yeah, dog. I don't know if well, I just like the dogwood. It wouldn't necessarily. It would kind of stick out. I'm just dying to use all those zippers. You can always pick it out. Husqvarna Viking machines are not made like they used to be made. It's really funny you would say that. I purchased a 1980s Husqvarna Viking that everybody raves about, but I don't have the cord. I looked, and it's one of those things where I had to stop looking because I swear I had the cord. But there are certain machines, like most sewing machine cords in the modern era, are universal. And in the 60s, every single machine was different. But in the 70s and the 80s, they got pretty uniform. And so it's just driving me crazy. I have an extremely powerful Husqvarna Viking that I need to find the cord for. I'm just going to Amazon it. Oh, I don't like those people. You're right, though, Joy. You are right. This came out way better than I thought it would. I love how this looks. It fits my wild, wild west and crazy motif all in the same. Do you know I was talking about it for the past 3 days? I'm gonna make a cheetah trench coat. I went all over YouTube telling people I'm gonna make a cheetah trench coat. So I was extra determined this time. People were like, "Oh, really?" And here we are. Awesome. Awesome. It really depends on the. I don't know. The dogwood doesn't necessarily match the cheetah print, but I like the light look. But it's extremely long, and that's kind of what I'm going for. But I also like how this jacket is sitting right now. I come to this weird impasse of like, am I going to it's always like, am I gonna add zipper? Am I gonna add a button? Oh, I love how this came out. I think at this point the 1970s collar is one of my signatures. I watched a almost 6-hour stream today of somebody who said they're gonna quit YouTube. Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you so much. It means a lot when you guys told me that it looks good. It does. I am the great coat maker. When I think of that, I'm thinking of a scene in Doctor Who when Matt Smith was like, I should retire. I should become a beekeeper. I would be the greatest beekeeper of all time. Take a pic of the chords ends so you do have and socket. Oh, of the machines, you do need the cords for when you are all out. Oh, look at pics. You're right, because that Husqvarna Viking is a solid brick. It has the 1980s coloring and everything. I love it. But it has an odd cord. It has like one extra prong. And I'm sure it's done on purpose. It's kind of laughable, but it's done on, that it's done on purpose. But in speaking in modern day terms, my Husqvarna Viking, my whatchamacallit, my Husqvarna Viking, my Janome, and I can't remember, there's another machine. They all have the same power cord. So I always say they were made in the same factory. That's too many steps for him. All he knows is see sewing machines, buy some. Do you know what's so funny? I love it when people ask me, they're like, "So you sew? You actually sew? Like you actually sew?" And I pull up my phone. And I'm just like, here's my resume, guy. Here. I love the look on people's face when they're like, "Oh, you actually sew?" There's a couple of people in a certain community I've told to kick rocks because they were like, "So, do you actually sew?" And I'm like, "No, these are just trophies in here. I'm a bowler." Do you know what's really funny? I was gonna change my name to the Big Sewing, but I think it would have changed everything on this channel and it would have been really confusing. But I am having a Big Lebowski kind of day when it comes to sewing machines. There was one time, you want to talk about funny stories where no one laughed? I put it in a video a long time ago. I bought the most random Kenmore. It's a modern Kenmore. It's not even anything to shake your finger at. It's just a backup machine. And name it great now. Name is great now. Thank you. Thank you. I just thought it would I was like gonna mess around with it in StreamYards, but I thought it would just mess with people. And I mentioned this in a video one time. I'm sitting in line in the store that I bought the jersey at today. I've been going to that place for 6 or 7 years. I'm standing in there and three older women, and at 5'9", I was towering over these women. I mean towering. So they were like 4'11", 5 feet. And this woman, I had the sewing machine in my hand, and she walks up to me and she's like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And I said, "Oh, it's a boat anchor." And she did not laugh. She did not laugh. And she kind of like tried to grab the sewing machine, and her two friends got so close to me, I thought they were gonna take my wallet. It was the strangest experience. It was so strange. I almost got beat up by 3 senior citizens for a Kenmore sewing machine. I should have given it to them. She was so mad that I bought the machine. She was probably coming in there for a sewing machine, and she was so mad that I had it in my hands. I live by this, Joy. I live by this. I always say the Big Lebowski line when someone's like, "What are you gonna do with that?" I'm like, "Oh, obviously you're not a golfer. Don't ask me and if you are of a certain age and you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you the dumbest answer I could possibly think of." But it was really funny because like, what am I gonna do with it? What do you think I'm gonna do with it? It's not a lawn ornament, you know? Oh man, that's out of reach. I think sometimes people, we put each other in categories, not realizing like that person could be a sewist, could be a piano player, could be a million other things that are none of your business. Oh, but you know what? Those moments are what make this channel. Like those moments are the ones where I'm sitting here sewing and I'm just laughing. Or like when I pull into certain thrift stores or certain fabric stores and I walk in and every single person's like, "Oh, this guy sews, huh?" Which I thought was funny because when I walked into the downtown place, they were like, "Welcome. If you're walking in here, you have money. Be my guest." Mm, mm. I don't, for as much like I'm a loving person, I am so welcoming to people. I grew up around special needs people. I have consideration, but like if you come at me crazy, I'm going to give you a really, really crazy answer. Especially because I have coats that say "Godless Sewing" on the back. I have patches. I have at least 4 or 5 vests that I wear in public that say "Godless Sewing." So even if you don't like the name, it says, "Hey, this guy sews," you know? Mm. I used to work with special needs. I've worked with special needs basically my whole life except for like 10 years of my life. And my son's is special needs too, so that you know, gives me experience. So I'm at a really weird patch impasse. Should I put this one on the back of my it's the weird vest sweatshirt combo. I guess because I've only had like real riding vests, I've never dealt with a combo like that, and I like it. Or let me go get its competitor. I have had this. I have had this for I don't know 6 or 7 years. This has been on the back of a ton of vests. I've put it on a ton of things. But I'm thinking about putting it on the back of that vest. I haven't decided yet because this was right before the Obey guy. Um, this was like before the people figured out what he looked like. Before we all found out that he looked like he should be in the Beastie Boys. In LA, like the Obey guy is a famous tagger. And like where I live, taggers are revered here. Really makes me want to sew up my cheetah print fabric. I love this. And you know what's so funny? I'm so glad I got 8 yards because I don't know what I'm gonna make. I might make a pair of well, I already made cheetah spans. I did make cheetah spans. I need to go in my closet. You see, that's why I need to organize everything because I fall in love with prints. I love goofy prints, so I'll buy cheetah print all day long, not remembering the fact that I've already made a few projects with the cheetah print. Saving it for the perfect project. What kind of project are you do you think you're saving it for? I've been watching a lot of like fashion shows and a lot of I've been watching the show on Netflix. I can't remember the name at the moment, but it's really weird that in the fashion world, puffy coats and all of these things in the 90s that were popular are right back. But you know, they're going crazy with it. When they make a puffy coat, it's the size of 5 people, or it's a crown puffy coat. But it's so funny how reciprocal styles are. Your next project, you could try one of those lady patterns. I'm you're That's not a bad idea because that one, what I call a Liza Minnelli coat, just because it had all the sequins on it, they had it in my size. They had it in my size, and I was actually at my size at 210 pounds, almost 215. I'm considered a medium for that pattern, so I know it'll fit me. Oh, the right coat. I would, I was like that with my flamenco print, and then I fell in love when I made that shirt, and I am still so happy that I made that shirt, and I have quite a few left material. I'm like looking at both of the prints right now. I'm like, I could do a ton of other stuff with that as well. Fashion comes around every 25, 30 years or so. I agree. I agree. You know, I guess because this is my first go around, it's just weird to me to see style change so much. To see people no, I'm sorry, not change, to see it come back to right back to where it was back in the day. Like when I see these kids walking around, they look like how I did when I was a grommet. But style's reciprocal that way. It is different. So why not? I was shocked at because I have a bigger inseam right here, and I was shocked that they had it in my size because everything else is made for a bit of a smaller size. It's, at least those patterns. You know what's so funny? I'm still shocked that I didn't score a man's pattern. That means out of all of the patterns that I purchased from that place, I've only purchased one men's pattern, and I'm now well over 170 patterns that I've purchased from that place. Well over. Wow, I really am. Tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm gonna go to the dollar store and get a bunch of bins for this. That is one thing. I am strangely organized. So I'm going to purchase quite a few bins. How exciting. I still can't believe I got the Gray Singer. I'm still kind of over the moon about it. It's definitely one of those things where I was just talking and talking and talking about it. So when I turned the corner, I was like, no. And it's weirdly lightweight. I can walk around with this thing. It's so weird. It is so weird how I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself, like, did the person not know what they were doing? Were they just like, I quit sewing? It happens all the time. It happens all the time where people quit sewing. Like I said, I purchased my shark. I still have the box. That thing was brand new. I where is it? I have another oh, I have a brother that when I Googled it, it's the brother that is exclusively for Target. That thing was still in the box. It's like an LX something. But my whole point is that was a brand new machine. Me either. Like magic, as you say, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm one of those people. I don't have much faith at all in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not here to condemn, deny, or even judge people in any way, shape, or form. But like when I turned that corner, I was like, well, I talk about it all the time. It's the law of averages. I knew eventually I would find that stupid thing. Oh, it makes me laugh. Oh, it makes me laugh. Oh, I haven't done my thing. Welcome to the fleet, kid. I'm going to make a video where I completely fluff it up and jump around like a crazy person. I'm not going to talk your ear off all evening. I've been trying to not waste your time too much. Plus, we got a lot accomplished tonight. And Pam has a video out that everybody needs to go and watch after this as well. Oh, that's so funny. I'm not even looking and the buttons the balloons popped up. Oh, that's fun. Whoops. We're gonna let me cue up my old friend here. Today has been a strange day, but it was more strange in my favor, you know. Awesome, Joy. Well, now there's just you and I here because everybody else dropped off. Let's take a commercial break. Strap on, wear a helmet, and let's go sewing.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew sewing machine by Singer. Touch and Sew, another first-run Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle, and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow is at Singer today.
Was $149.95 a lot of money in the 70s? That's more of a late 70s thing. Was that a lot of money? You strange? No. No. I would feel that. And people are like, act normal. I'd be like, okay. I would feel that real quick. Please go watch Pam's video after this. The guy who made that ad was not a mother and wife. I think about that all the time. I think about that. I'm like, I wonder who wrote that. I need to do some serious research. Wow. That's a lot of money. To $800 today. That's crazy. On your new touch and so they had payment plans for then. Because I keep on seeing that meme that says, like, in 1975, you could you could own a house and take your kids on a Hawaii vacation working at Burger King. And who has the machine on the Could you imagine the damage? Do you know how much damage happens to cars that sit by well, I'm sure anybody who lives in a cold weather area knows this. I couldn't imagine leaving a sewing machine outside on the beach. And that screams. So you could just tell they're at the beach. Even though I had an aunt who has a house where the Coliseum is now, like where the parking lot in the Coliseum is now. She used to live there, and her house kind of looked like that. She had a giant deck, but they used to build big houses back in the day. Oh, great. Now I have that stuck in my head. What's new for tomorrow? All right. I still don't know what I want to do with that one back patch. I still have not decided what I'm going to do with that specific back patch. The salt has no effect on your new touch. Those machines were all metal. Those machines were absolutely just 100% metal. Well, actually, no. Those machines were the marriage of plastic and metal. They would have been destroyed. On your new touch and sew. Definitely don't put it on your deck. Touch and sew. All right. I'm deciding because the second I remembered I had this patch, I was like, you know what? I should put this on the back of one of my old vests. This is much more dramatic than my I'm trying to get an outfit going for my eagle, since the eagle is such a controversial entity and people are so scared of it. Let's be honest, you could probably drop that thing in the ocean for a year as long as you took the electrics out before you gave it a good oiling, and it'd be fine. It's really funny. There's a lot of sewing machines like that. I saw an old brother from the 60s or 70s that was pulled out of a swamp. But keep in mind, it's YouTube. So sometimes I question if somebody did it for the tube or not. But that's my skill because I would be doing this alone. Like if YouTube wasn't here, I would be doing this. I would be sitting with my goofy outfits in front of the mirror. And I know this because I did before I even knew what YouTube was. But I've seen people pull some amazing, amazing tricks on sewing machines. That's where I got the stupid Gojo idea because I watched this man just pull a sewing machine out of a barn and bring it back to life. Absolutely bring it back to life. So, you never know. Oh, right. You know what? We will go a little bit longer. Let me go grab my one of my coats. Let's add a zipper on it. I think I'm going to add a zipper on my red coat tonight. Why not? All right. So this was definitely, I'll be here, Joy. This was definitely a coat of controversy because we all had the discussion of, is that orange or is that red? I still think it's red. I, I am standing on that red hill. All right, let me find the head. Beautiful. Okay. I know there was a bit of a controversy of, is this orange or is it red? At this point, I don't even know anymore. It's in the red family. It's reddish. Kind of red. Okay. Oh man, the advantages and disadvantages of having a shag carpet in here. Oh, come on. Okay. Beautiful. It's blue. Thank you, Kilroy. Thank you for ending the controversy. It's blue. Do you know, at this point, I just accept the fact that maybe my eyes cannot see certain shades of red. I accept it. Or maybe red is just one of those colors where there's 900 shades of it. Let's be real. Okay, we're all gonna agree that that's red. To me, those are the same color. I know people are tuning in. They're like, "Oh no, not that fight, not that fight again." All right. I'm going to go with the 20-inch zipper. Let me find my pin cushion. Perfect. Oh. Do you know what's so funny? Like, every week I'm like, oh man, I'm going to run out of coats to add zippers to. It's been 2 months and I have not run out of coats to put zippers on. All right, let me plug this in real quick. That's not a good sign. Perfect. All right. Do you know what's so funny? Now that I think about it, it wasn't that I was scared of zippers. It's just that it just really wasn't my thing. It was just something I did not do. And now you can't keep me on the farm. I'm putting zippers on everything. And the one beautiful thing about zippers, though, is that it's really helping me finish all of my unfinished projects. I love a good coat that's open, that's walking, but eventually you're going to have to close your coat. Yay, welcome back. Welcome back. So I love the fact that I now have the opportunity to add zippers on everything. Or basically finish certain projects that just needed simple things to finish. You know, one of the strange things about YouTube is I had this weird quota where I would make a video every week. And so sometimes I would not finish my projects. I would not finish my projects because I'm like, oh, the video is over. No one's ever going to see that I didn't put a zipper on that. But now it gives me the opportunity to go back and finish everything. Why is Amazon suggesting Matthew Perry's memoir and Britney Spears' memoir to me? Oh, Britney Spears. Do you know what's really funny? Britney Spears' memoir is more interesting than Jada Pinkett. They both make me want to cry, but Britney Spears is way more interesting. Because of where I live, every time she does something on Instagram, it's in the news. It is the strangest thing. Oh, coffee is good tonight. And yes, Kilroy, it is Hershey syrup. Oh, that's funny. Do you know I watched one video of a really, really popular YouTuber? She had like 1 million something subscribers, and it was funny. And I made the mistake of subscribing to her. It literally rearranged my algorithm, and they were trying to like sell me all this teeny bopper stuff. And I'm like, I do not watch any of this. Most of the content I watch is really dry. Like I watch a lot of speeches. There's still a few people I'm subscribed to that I watch, but nothing too like new age. And it made me laugh just subscribing to that one person. And you know what? I think she's hilarious. And I need some comedy in my life, especially when I'm sewing. I need to laugh more. And it just made me laugh. I subscribed to this one person and it changed everything. Now they're trying to sell me all this teeny bopper stuff, and I'm like, I am not on TikTok, so I'm not necessarily up on any of the TikTok stuff. And that's not a dig on anybody who is. I'm not on TikTok. Teeny bopper stuff. It's true. It's true, Kilroy. It made me feel like I was like, this is not, you know what? Like, I don't judge anybody, but I was like, this is not my bag of tea. I watch lectures. And you know what? I'm not saying that kids don't either, but it made me laugh. They completely changed my algorithm, and I was like, this is not me at all. Oh, that pin's off. That pin is off. All right. Okay. Perfect. So one time I have to concentrate is putting on the other side. When I'm putting on the one side, I don't have to even think about it. But this side, I have to make sure that they're even. Okay. Perfect. Oh, that's hilarious. I've learned through my mistakes of what to do and what not to do putting a button on. So I'm gonna put this bottom piece on and go back up and fix all my mistakes. Perfect. And I'm constantly looking for new stuff to watch. I'm no longer in a show hole because I'm watching that fashion show right now, which is actually really intriguing. I'm really not into competition shows, says the guy who watches people talk about competition shows. But I like the format, and it's people. It's like people like us. It's people, just normal people, and they're sewists, but they're just normal people, and they get thrust into the spotlight, and it's awesome. And some people, it's just amazing to see people's skills. I love seeing the other skills that people have. And I've learned a lot from that show too, because I'm not a hater. So I've learned a ton. Oh, that's gonna look so good. This was my first attempt at side pockets. Oh, I love this coat. All right. The great the Great British Sewing Bee. I haven't seen that in a while. I forgot about that. Thank you. I need something new to watch. Let me put that in my phone right now because I need something the great. There we go. Perfect. It is saved in my phone because apples forget nothing. I'm subbed to quite a few people, but if when I watch them, it's always them complaining or fighting with viewers drama, I unsub. I don't need that in my life. I've been doing that too lately. And like I've been discovering a lot of people like through your channel and Mona's channel as well. And it's just good to find people who are into the same thing, and not like I'm not looking for an echo chamber. I just like that people know what I'm talking about. Oh, but I agree with you, Pam. There's a lot of stuff I've cut out. And that's why I was really mad when they changed my algorithm, because they started showing me a lot of stuff where I'm like, this is way beyond my age. And it made me really like think about what my kid watches, because some of this stuff is just awful. All right. I'm so excited. After this, I might go find a coat that I'll be right back. Hold on. If you're a drama channel and you're honest about it, I'll sub. But if you bring drama and other stuff, I won't. I just don't see a point into it. There's people right now that don't like me. They have seething hatred. I just moved on with my life and kept sewing. I don't see the point in drama and wasting. I will try not to waste your time. This is something that I would be doing regardless. I will not waste your time with pointless drama. But I really just use YouTube for lectures, documentaries, clips. Yes, yes, Kilroy and I watch the same thing. Same. That's why when they changed my that's like when I couldn't watch like Pirates of Penzance wasn't on demand, and also like excuse me, HMS Pinafore. I was like, "Oh, my algorithm has changed." But I learned a lesson, and you know what? It's okay. It's not like it's a big deal. It's just I subbed to somebody with a million something subs, and they completely changed my algorithm. I'm gonna go grab one more coat to add a zipper to. I'll be right back. I could probably go 2 coats a week and I would still have. He's on a roll tonight. Well, you know what? If I'm gonna do it, you might as well do it huge. I made this a while. I love this print. Let's show this off first. I absolutely love this print. I'm gonna add a huge zipper on this one. Why not? I'm already going off. Might as well go full Elvis. And we've only been here for 2:34. Pshaw. Okay. So for this, I'm thinking about going ridiculous. And should I do it? Should I go 36 inches? If you have any YouTube channels you can recommend, please share. If you have any YouTube channels you can recommend, please share. I will. I watch a ton. Let me look right now. Do you know what I do? Joy, is I go to the Friday Sews hashtag and I'll watch all of the Friday Sews stuff. And there's a lot of people I subscribe to, and there's some people I don't. I'm trying to think. There's all kinds of. Let me look. I have the happenstance of having my phone right here. Subscriptions. I am. Let's see. Sewing. Barbara Young. I recently started watching her videos. Mona did what? Made by Pam. I think people might know that channel. Stephanie Canada. Do you watch Stephanie Canada? I love Stephanie Canada. Okay, no, that's that one's in Spanish. Okay, I'm also subscribed to Claire, who makes things. She makes clothes, but one day she switched her channel over to making doll clothes as well. I never unsubscribed. I absolutely love Claire. She ice skates, and that's like she reminds me of myself because when she's on the ice skating ring, she does that, this ice skater move that I do on my rollerblades. I do the same thing. I watched Today in Jen's sewing room, of course. Sew Another. She has 191 subs. Let's see. Oh yeah, she made a video 4 weeks ago. Sew Another. I've been watching her for a while. Xena, the Sassy Crafter. I recently subscribed to her from Pam's channel. I'm like skipping past all the crazy stuff I watch. That's So Nova. She because I'm on the West Coast, when she goes live, it's like it's 3 hours ahead. I'll if I don't share the links, I will find a way to share the links. I'm a bit of a boomer. Joy, I was raised by a pre-boomer and a real one. Let's see what else. I watch a ton of sewing content, and there's just a ton of stuff here that I haven't watched in a while that's still Amy Maker. I can't say her last name. Never Too Many Sewing Machines. That's the guy. He has sewing machines in the hallway. I promised myself I wouldn't do that. That's why I keep everything in this room or the closet. Appalachia Sews, Polished and Assembled. Do not forget that channel. The Sewing Doctor. Okay, I'm subscribed to it's Altair Sassoon or Sassoon. They're Japanese and they show you step by step of how to make suits, but they do not speak English. They literally just show you. I love this channel here. This is a non-sponsored spot, but they make it's amazing. And it's she has the best wool. Or it's I think it's a woman and her husband. They have the best wool. It's they're so meticulous. It makes me want to slow down in my sewing. They're such a good channel. I'm booming. I'm subscribed to quite a few Zoists. Viv Mom Sews. I love her. She kind of reminds me of myself. There's quite a few channels I'm subscribed to that are the Sewist channels. So we're about to see how long a 36-inch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh, that's gonna be so dramatic. That's almost as long as the coat. Oh, that's gonna be I'm gonna need help zipping it up. Oh, that's hilarious. I've been dying to use this extra long 36-inch zipper anyways. Because I have a bunch of 30-inch and I try not to take all of them from the store as far as purchasing them. Because I'm sure somebody will go to the store in a pinch and be like, who bought all of these zippers? Who? It's me. Yay. I have over 800 channels on sub. I have a question about that. Do you still get do you get notifications from all 800? I do weird purges because I watch Chisme channels. So every 6 months I kick them out of my life and then I come back to them. If you put in if you put in long zipper when you sit down, it'll stress on the seams. Joy, that's some common sense. I didn't think about that. See, because I'm such a pirate sewist. Should I go? You know what? It's already out of the box. Let's do it. Oh, you do not receive notifications. I wonder about that. I try to keep mine under like a good like 3 or 400, but I unsub to like if I'm not watching it all the time, I'll unsub. And that's not even to be mean, but it's like I'm not watching your channel. You can check out you can check out from Chase May, but you can never. So true, Kilroy. That is now I have Hotel California cemented in my skull. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. You know what it is too? It's a whole world I didn't know existed. I constantly say this. I didn't get online until I was in my late 30s. And so there's a whole bunch of things I'm like, oh, there's all kind of communities and there's a web reality shows. What? I had no idea that that even existed, that whole world exists. For as much beautiful things that I have found on YouTube, I've found some pretty trashy stuff too. Oh, man. All right. Boom. All right. I'm trying not to. This one's easier to see, but I'm still trying to have pretty precision pinning in here, so I don't have to repin when I come back. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Oh, I love that. Yeah, she's a good one too. Absolutely. I don't know where that thing is. That is the strangest thing when it just pops up at the strangest time. That whole thumb, I swear, I am the test human for that thing. I am like patient zero for this. I'm going to ask people that have Macs. I'm going to ask people like, do you have these problems? Boom. All right, let's get that in a little bit more. Perfect. Oh, that's going to look great. I was really wondering what I was going to do with these dogwood zippers because I don't have, well, I guess I have a lot that would match this color, but I'm not necessarily a beige guy. I wear a lot of beige, but not in coats, which I should start making more. Oh, this is gonna go this is gonna basically span the entire length of the coat. This is good practice because I'm gonna make that weird onesie that the zipper goes from the neck all the way to the foot. So this is perfect practice for that. Because I've really been trying to look up dimensions for that of like what kind of zipper would I need, and now I know where I can buy endless zippers in good old downtown Los Angeles. They have every zipper you could possibly think of. Perfect. Let me pin that out a little bit. Beautiful. As much as I want to stick around and watch, I'm getting sleepy. Have a great night, Pam. Thank you so much for stopping by. If Phoenix is going at it tomorrow, I should be around, and if not, I will be back on Monday. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yay! See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I never thought I would do anything with these zippers, and here I am. Perfect. Beautiful. Of course, those short pins. You know, I'm so used to the long pins that the short pins give me drama now every time I use them. Because the long pins are so much easier to use. Yay! Absolutely awesome. Awesome. I'm actually really stoked. And I'm laughing at the intricate work I would do before I had my surgery. Like these collars are so intricate because I would just add layer after layer after layer to cover up the seams. Oh, oh, there we go. Oh, don't be a dull pin or you're gonna go in the garbage. Perfect. Oh, that one got me. All right, we'll pin the bottom. Perfect. Yes. I like these. Are these the ones you're talking about? These ones are super long. Whenever I see these, I purchase them everywhere. These are Singer pens, but I ordered just yellow pens from Amazon, and they're the exact same pen. I cannot tell the difference. So, so if singers out there putting their name on stuff that's being sold anyways, regardless if it says Singer on it or not, but it's the exact same pen. I mean, there's no difference between this pen and the other one. But I like them because I have giant hands, and so they work better for someone like me with big hands. I'm able to actually use them. I shouldn't be so cocky. All right, perfect. Let me get the middle, and this will be ready to go, and I'll have 2 coats ready to sew. It's so hilarious how a zipper can bring all these projects back to life, which is a good thing because I've like this coat is over a year old. I'm like looking for it, and it's behind it. The other one is a couple months old, and it should be finished. Beautiful. Nothing like UFOs, huh? All right. I sometimes use plastic clips and Sharpie. They stabbed me. Big hands, you know what that means? Big gloves, huge gloves. No, absolutely. And I still would wear them without the zipper. But you know, that's kind of like it's kind of rookie stuff. So they just look much more professional. It's just like what I say about the serger. Like, it's just a difference between your clothes looking homemade or professional. Oh, right. Perfect. Do you know, I completely forgot that I have a great singer sitting here. When I sat down and looked at my table, I was like, oh, yeah. Like I said, it's not like the end all be all machine, but it's just one of those machines that I was like, I need one of these in my life. All right. Awesome. Maybe it is from watching too much television of why I was like wanting this machine so bad. There was somebody I used to watch that she would make scrunchies, and she got famous for it on YouTube, and she would fill all these orders, and I'm sure she's still going. But the funny thing is, over the years, first she started off with a great singer, and then if you flip through her videos, there was one on the shelf, and then you keep going, there's another one on the shelf. I think she went through 2 or 3 before she bought like a really expensive sewing machine. It just made me laugh because if you flip through her videos, you can see them grow, so to speak. All right. Trying to do this without it stabbing me. Oh, brother, which side do you come out of? Oh, whew, that got me. Okay, there's more than one way to do this. Oof. Okay. That got me a few times. Ugh. Okay, so this zipper does not come off, so to speak, or it's not coming off. No, it's in there. But I know how to do this. Even with the machine that I've only used a couple times, I can do this. Your brother sure does sponsor a lot of big sewing channels. They do. They sponsor a lot. So I try not to trash them too much. Just in case they come to me one day and they're like, hey, we need a pirate. I'll be like, arg, I'm here for you. All right. This one's going to be a bit of a fight because the zipper. Oh, I really stuck myself that time. Oof. All right. I'm sorry. This machine was rarely used. This thing is firing like it's brand new. Maybe if I got the stitch length going proper. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now we're ready to go. You know what the funny thing is? This almost never happens. I still can't believe that I basically have a brand new sewing machine. This is basically a brand new sewing machine. The way it's firing and the speed that it's firing, I think somebody just didn't know what they had, or maybe they upgraded. And I'm just used to my broken down machines. Sewing down. So, oh man, that got me. That thing got me. That's all right though. I have developed a bit of asbestos fingers where I feel nothing at this point. But that one broke the skin. All right. Brother has more money. Ugh. Brother, like, if you watch videos about like sweatshops, they're sitting at brother machines and Juki machines as well. Or maybe they're about it to make all those damn masks. There was a lot of people that got sponsored because of masks and things like that during the pandemic. I saw that. Or they would get like really weird sponsorships like metal strips and all kinds of weird things. Oh man, the speed regulation on this thing too is out of sight. Oh, I'm so stoked. All right, let's pull that. This needs to be a little bit more tight. There we go. Come on. Oh, that's a little bit over. That's okay. I can fix that. Perfect. You know what? I'm going to have to come from the other angle. Whoa. Okay. There's more than one way to put on a zipper. Do you know what's really funny? I have to say it. I know there's a million videos trashing this machine. I am thoroughly impressed with this thing. I take it you made so many masks. You've done with it. Oh, I know that sentiment. I know that well. If you want to see my eyes roll, ask me to make you a mask for free. Oh man, I know that feeling. Perfect. You know what? I'm going to have to cut that out a little bit and perfect. This zipper is extra long and it does not close. I mean, it stays closed at the bottom, and so I had to figure out a way to sew both sides. I have to say, so far, this machine is... Oh. I'm hyping it up too much. Let's get that. Oh, that's perfect. All right, so to make even more of a mess of this, let's come through, finish this dude. Beautiful. I can see why they say that this is not, like they call it heavy duty, but it's not. And you missed a few times up here. All right. Okay, that is beyond in at this point. Awesome. And still have 100 cut to go. Yikes. I still made many up in the drawer. It is not a separating zip. It is not a separating zip. That's why it was giving me so much grief. But now that I have that side down, I now have a strategy and know what to do for this side. All right. That's why we're here, though, to learn these things. I knew there was something with that 36-inch zipper. There we go. Perfect. Now I just have to make perfect. Uh-oh. Starting to hear a squeak, but that's okay. We're going to finish this together, machine. Uh-oh. It's getting squeaky. Maybe I shouldn't have sing the praise of this thing. Oh, what are you stuck? Oh, all right. Let's back off a little bit. Let's start over. Are you getting low? Maybe it's because... Yes, it's time to replace the bobbin, and there is no time like the present to find out how the bobbin winder works. Normally, I wouldn't use a bobbin winder on most machines, but we're testing this thing out. All right. But, oh, I just dropped the bobbin off the table. We will never see that bobbin again. I will sing taps for you. You fell by the chords. I will never see that bobbin again. I'll try to be more careful with this one. We're going to find out what that squeak is in a minute. We're going to find out if it's the machine or was I just asking too much of it. I think I was just asking too much of it. Because if you hear that bobbin winder, holy cow. Okay. Okay. That should be enough to finish for now. So the motor still sounds good. That was definitely something that I'm doing then. Oh, because if it had this squeak when I was hitting it with the bobbin winder, that was a definite indication that there's a problem. But sounds like it's more of a me problem as usual. Ah, poor machine, you're not gonna last a week with me. I think after this, I'm gonna completely oil this guy. With these newer machines, though, you don't want to over oil them because they'll stop working just as much as if they didn't have any. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, did not go through with my old patent ways. It will be a step in encoder. Yeah. True. He's so short he could probably ride up a rope to the ceiling to drop it over it. Right. Perfect. Rah! Who needs a needle threader? You are a needle threader. Okay. Perfect. Got it through. Don't ever want to lose the faceplate. Do you know, I never realized how important those were until I started losing faceplates. Okay. I should do the smart thing and hit it with a test piece. Oh, why are you squeaky, bro? Oh, do I have a solution for you? Okay, so here at the House of Sewing, I would not recommend this. I masquerade as a professional. Squeak gone. Let's go sewing. Let's try that again. Trusty WD-40. Squeak gone. Let's continue to finish the project. I have a few faceplates don't have a use for. Hey, Native, how's it going? How's it going? I hope your night's going well. I'm finishing up a few coats right now. Had a bit of an impasse, but you know, try again, as they say. I hope you're having a great night. I hope everything's going well for you. Oh, let me repin this because this is a mess. Let's try that again. And you know, I literally just took a machine and started sewing with it, you know? So I can see while there's a few issues. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this loose. Beautiful. Oh man, you have given me drama. 36-inch zipper. Nothing but that's okay. Because that's how we roll here in the House of Sewing. Perfect. Yay, how's it going? How's it going? Oh man. You know, I had to laugh when I bought that Jim Brown jersey today because it takes me back to a different time. I'm going to be rocking that thing like it's 1992. Okay, gotta find the pedal because I'm now kicking the WD-40. Good old trusty WD-40. And that did not catch. All right, here we go. Oh, it's firing perfect now. All it needed was a little WD-40, and that weird click was gone. Do not try this at home. I am the Super Dave of sewing. I've literally had people unsubscribe to me because of WD-40, but the WD-40 worked. I'm a rusty old American. And I swear by 3-in-1 oil, which I know was not invented in my country, and WD-40. Even though it worked in real time, I would not recommend it if it's not your thing. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and start over on this one. You know, so far, I'm going to say it, this machine is performing well. It's me and my nearsightedness that's missing on this. But this machine is so far is I scored. All right, let's pull that pin and keep going. On your new touch and so I loved Super Dave. Yay, awesome. Super Dave was like, I loved watching Super Dave. It brings me back. When I watch it now, it's just like, I'm like, wow, this was entertainment back then, but I love Super Dave. I scored on this machine. And I was like in dire need of a reliable backup. And maybe I'll give my baby lock a break for a while. for all the grief that I put that machine through. Awesome. Love Super Dave. Yes. If he's Super Dave, then I'm the Japanese guy who engineered all this stuff. Great show. I don't know if you could have it on TV by today's standards. I almost found out if this thing can run over pins. And I'm sure it could. But why would it need to? All right, this last stroke is actually important. Perfect. So now I got to reinforce this. Oh, Kilroy, kill me. Oh, right. Pull that back through. I am so shocked. I am actually in a state of shock that this, oh man, that's all me. All the misses are me. But this thing is firing. It's screaming fast. This is a great machine. All the mistakes you're seeing right now are me. It just does not want to catch this piece down here. But there's more than one way to get a zipper in. Perfect. Oh, that's so funny. This machine wants to go off. Super score. It was, the more and more I use it, this is a functioning sewing machine. We need to find a coach bus and get you sewing on the top of it. Don't worry about those overpasses. You'll be fine. So a long time ago, I went to the Chandler Ostrich Festival in Chandler, Arizona. And it was a rodeo style. It was really weird, but back then, that was considered entertainment in Arizona. But, oh, whoops. Oh, there we go. The whole reason for me bringing up the fact that I went to this Ostrich Festival is we were all chilling. Oh, that's beautiful. We were minding our own business, and this guy came on standing on top of an RV rapping. And you know what? He got everyone's attention, including the police. But it was hilarious because he was just tall enough where he looked like he was floating past all the crowd because we were in a grandstand, and I give the guy props. He wanted to be seen, local rapper, and he was seen by the cops too. Good times. Good times. So it's possible. I could do that, but sewing. I just won't be loud and obnoxious. Well, just don't give me a microphone. On your new television. Oh, that's beautiful. You hear that sound? That thing is just tearing. Well, this thing's perfect. I hate to say it. I'm one of those people who I do not go by convention. I do not go by what everybody says. I've watched hundreds of videos of this, and you know what? This thing may explode on me in a week. But so far, this machine has performed beautifully. I scored a $200 sewing machine for $34.99. I'm so stoked. All right, let's zip this up. Oh, you gave me drama. Oh. I see a few places for improvement. Oh, man, you gave me drama. This will be one of the last times that I use a zipper this long without knowing that it was completely closed at the bottom. Oh, that's hilarious. But that's okay. Usually I wouldn't go over it this many times, but I'm sitting here yakking and sewing. And accuracy is important. And you're still not catching, bro. What's up? I'm gonna have to go right on the edge with this. It might help if it was properly threaded. On your new touch and sew. Okay. You know what's so funny? I probably went through this thing 4 or 5 times. Like, what's the problem? The thread came off, and that's okay. I'm jerking this thing around. I just have to get used to this machine, but this thing is firing just like my Husqvarna Viking was. Now I have the commercial stuck in my head. Beautiful. All right. I wouldn't mind sewing on top of a bus. I already have invented the Sewing Olympics patent pending. I was about to say, bro, if you are not connected, that's just crazy. Oh, this thing is a beast. I don't want to praise it too much. I don't want this singer to get a big head. But for such a hated sewing machine, it's working well for me right now. But I guess this is probably the honeymoon period where we get along, but we'll be fighting in 2 months. All right, thoroughly check this zipper. All right. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Oh man, this one particular piece is not catching over here. What is up? All right, let's try it again. This one's giving me trouble. Oh, bro, don't make me regret trying to save you. Okay, let's try that on the very end. Wow. All right, we're gonna have to do the weird thing and push this all the way in because this one little piece right on the edge. So weird. That is so weird. It finally caught after how many strokes though? Okay. They can't all be perfect. And that's all right. That is a jumbled mess of thread, but I have these beautiful singers singers, these beautiful scissors. All right. Don't care much about that side. Okay. Perfect. All right. Please zip. Beautiful. Oh, you're just coming in here and then you're gonna run out. Rah rah roast potato. Oh, skits. Oh, that was a drive by. Now I am officially singing that song. Rah rah sewing that cat really knew how to sew. All right. All right. So hopefully this one's much easier than the other one. Hey, hey, hey. Now I really have that song stuck in my head. This one should be a cakewalk compared to the other one. I will never, I'm not saying never, but that 30-inch zipper taught me a lesson. 36-inch zipper taught me a lesson. I'm still kind of in disbelief, but oh, let me pull that piece out. There you go. Perfect. Let me get my thumb in there. Beautiful. But are we catching? Why are we not catching? That is the strangest thing. Maybe I need to put my glasses on. Or okay, it's in there now. They can't all be easy. Beautiful. Oh, thank you, Skids. I really have that song stuck in my head now. All right. I can see why people get burnt out with this machine because it's definitely not as advertised. And I definitely see it struggling. Like this is an extremely thick material, and its speed is changing when it hits this material because this is thick. Perfect. Call that a victory. Beautiful. You know, I have there's a few growing pains on this machine, but all in all, it's everything I expected it to be. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know, but this machine is everything I expected it to be. And I'm stoked. I am so stoked. This is such a beautiful addition to the fleet. It is not even funny. Oh. Rah, Stellingstein. Oh, man. I'm going to do a test piece after I sew this just to see something. But I have a feeling. Oh, see, there it goes. I completely cleared the pedal. And I think it was just the pedal. Because now that thing's firing at 100 miles an hour. Hey, hey, hey. I truly do have that song stuck in my head because of you, Skits. But it's a gray singer kind of night. We're going to the dark side. This machine is definitely big sewing. This is like, you know how they have big pharma, big fill in whatever you don't like. This machine is definitely big sewing. This was factory made and pushed and pawned on everybody. This is on every show, every contest. Right now, you could probably be in a contest and win one of these. Oh, I missed. I was going to say that was perfect, but I missed the last piece. Hey, as I have. Ooh. 0 for 2. Let's see if we're going to strike out or not. Perfect. If you had told me 6 months ago, I would be sewing on one of these. I would have laughed at you. Now I see why people struggle at the contest. Because you get a foreign sewing machine and you're like, okay, make something spectacular on this machine that you've never sewn on before. Perfect. As long as that bottom piece is in there, it's all that counts. Okay. We'll reinforce our seams because that is literally the motto of this channel. Ooh. Okay. Beautiful. Yay! Awesome. Rah, Stellingstein. Oh, this is perfect. My flower coat, I'm gonna have to reinforce that one. And learn how to slide into it as well. Because it opens it does not open at the bottom, but that's okay. And I would like to say, for the permanent record, I don't care how colorblind I am, I still consider this red. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, that was holding that. I was like, oh no, did I sew this on uneven? But that piece was hanging off. Oh, perfection. And this one's extra tough because it has the side pockets. This was my first attempt at side pockets. I fell in love with this coat. I am ready to be in the reboot of Columbo. Solumbo. Oh, thank you, Kilroy. Actually, thank you for that. That's a palate cleanser. The second. Oh. Yay! I love how this came out. The my flower coat is huge. That coat, now that I'm looking at it, it is double. Well, as far as the shoulders, it's a little bit bigger on the shoulders. All in all, my gray singer was 100% a success. And it needs a little bit of love. Now that I know what the problem is, it just needs oil. That thing will be firing like no one's business. I am so stoked that I got everything going. You know what? Tonight has actually been really, really eventful. You know, I went through so many patterns. It took me an hour. Ah. And also, rah rah Rasputin. Thank you, Joy. I will be singing that song all evening now. Oh, that's hilarious. I gotta stop putting lighters in these jacket pockets because I forget about it, and I'll find this lighter like 2 months from now. Just one more thing, Godless. When you say you think that fabric is red, do you think that the fabric is found by the victims also? Oh, oh man, rah rah, so we seen. That cat really knew how to sew. Let's see. That's red. This hat is red. This outfit is red. Oh man, I'm ready. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, Joy. I'm probably gonna take off in another like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes around there. I'll try to go full Elvis. But you know, all in all, tonight was 100% success. This came out perfect. Do you know what's funny? Every time I put a coat on, I fall in. I either fall in or out or love with it. But this is beautiful, and it fits the godless sewing motif. I forgot how humongous I made these inside pockets too. Like they're stereotypically huge because I do not make small pockets. Which I'm glad because I carry so much stuff I would need a purse, but I don't carry a purse. All in all, I really like how this came out. Tonight was definitely the night of Mimi G pattern R11407. Oh man. I'm gonna have to look around. But I'm sure I have quite a few more jackets that need zippers. You know what? I'm like the NBA. I'm like the NBA. In the NBA, they're like, all right, there's 45 seconds on the clock. That 45 seconds could take 10 minutes. I've always like the NBA is really bad at telling time in that sense. All right, let me move stuff around a little bit. Oh. Oh, that's weird. That's okay. I will fix that. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it wouldn't let Brandon jump in. That's funny. Oh, that Brandon, if you could hear me, you could hop in if StreamYards lets you. I've never seen that before. The first hour, he's just putting his streaming shoes on, and it takes about 2 minutes to tie your shoes. So a half an hour is one godless minute. I like that. I can see you finally decapitated. That is your arch nemesis. That eagle is your arch nemesis. Brandon, if you can hear me, I don't know why StreamYards wouldn't let you in. That's strange. Oh no, it's just a mess in here. I haven't named the eagle yet. I don't know if I'm gonna name it Iron Eagle or Douglas Furry. I haven't decided yet. Let's see if it was the... This thing definitely has a heavy duty issue, but it works. I can see what the problem is. I can see, but it's a sewing machine. Awesome. I still can't believe I scored the heavy duty singer. So basically, I bought a machine for $34.99. That was worth $200, and I finished a few projects on it today without even oiling it. So I'm definitely going to be kind to this thing and completely defluff it when I'm done with this. Instead of Hulk Hogan, maybe Feathers Hogan or Hulk Feathers. I like that. I like that. I really, really like that. Hulk Feathers. I'm living for Douglas Furry, but people in America really don't know who Douglas Murray is. So it's not as funny unless you're in the UK. And I was going for Iron Eagle, but that's just because I watched all of those movies as a grommet. I obsessively watched the Lou Gossip movies. I loved Iron Eagle. I should clean up a little in here. And this today was definitely a success in the sewing neighborhood. Now I'm gonna have to figure out a place to put all of these patterns because they are just a complete mess. Oh. What? I tripped something. Oh. Okay. I got quite a few projects done today. I'm actually really excited. More than anything else, my leopard coat came out perfect. I'm definitely going to chalk that up to a complete and utter success. Because really, that it could have went south fast, but it decided to cooperate today. And I was using a completely foreign sewing machine. So with a sewing machine that I've never used before, I was able to finish 3 projects. And oh man, Mike, you are just not happy today. And it was with a machine that is notorious for failing on people. So I will definitely chalk today up as a win. And this mic just came loose. Perfect. With that leopard coat, you're ready for the Players Haters Ball. Are you kidding me? They have court without me all the time. I'm just trying to look pretty when I finally do show up. I can't believe I bought another sewing book. My kid looked at me like, really? Really, dude? The Mark Twain books are awesome though, because it's all it's his stories that weren't necessarily popular. So it's a look into all these different worlds that he was into. And where is my trash can? Oh man. I'm definitely ready for winter, I'll tell you that much. I love the style of my coat. And I have been a bit bold with my colors lately. But, you know, if you don't try new things, you'll never know if you like them or not. I could have completely hated it, but I fell in love with it. And now I don't know what to do with that giant back patch. Oh, man. You know, Skits, I put a hat on your friend and you're still not satisfied. to be fair, a giant eagle is kind of, when I was a kid, I was scared of Chuck E. Cheese. I get it. Okay. I think I've unplugged. I try to unplug things in here because I'm a walking, talking fire hazard. So I try to make sure that certain things are unplugged. Because you never know. Like even when I was working with my Husqvarna last night, I finally put on safety goggles because it was hitting a it was misfiring and it was shooting metal. And I figured it's funny to talk about being a pirate, but I'm going to show up one day with an eye patch because I didn't practice the very safety that I teach people. Do you know do you want to talk about being a pack rat? While I'm streaming, I am slowly just throwing things over my shoulder and making a complete mess in here. I knocked over the pledge bottle I didn't even know it was in here. I've been looking for that. I wonder what sewing cabinet I was trying to clean with the pledge. And you know, people give me Flex Seal all the time. One day I will find that glass bottom boat so I can test out the Flex Seal like the commercial. But I have the tape, I have the spray, all of it. Oh man. And another reason why I clean so much is because I like being able to find everything in here. All right, give me one quick second. Oh. All right. Had to run. Yay, Joy's back. I love those damn commercials. Oh, man. I think we've had an extremely eventful evening this evening. I'm shocked that, you know what? I expected the Singer Heavy Duty to not work. I thought it was going to be a complete failure. And all it really needs is was just a little bit of love. Like I always say, also a man. You know what? I'm so rusty, I can't even say it. All sewing machines need is a little bit of Barry White and a lot of lube. But we took out the Barry White and we put a little bit of lube and it was working. I should hose this thing down and let it fly, huh? Considering for what I've asked from it this evening. Oh, that's hilarious. And that phone was like, I'm done with you. You know, I want to say I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy doing this. I will continue to do this until I finally go crazy and they drag me out in the white coat. Because this is a positive thing. We're not sitting here dogging out other people. We're not worrying about existential crises. We're sewing. And that's what's important. And that's what makes life important. So I thank you guys for... I like Barry White. Back in my old videos, when I fixed my Nelco is when I started that weird tradition of putting on Barry White, because I would put on a ton of lube on those machines because that was the only way I knew to get them firing right away. I've slowly learned to, like, put oil at the joints and let them work their way through. Absolutely, Joy. No drama, just fun. That's what we're here for. Absolutely. As I have the Touch and Sew song stuck in my head. I will be around tomorrow. I will be if Phoenix is streaming, I'll be around. Yeah, I don't foresee anything too crazy happening, but I shouldn't say that because you never know. I reserve the right to completely have my life go crazy. Rah, rah, thank you for watching my stream. That guy, Godless, really knows how to sew. That's going to be such an inside joke. Imagine if someone subbed today and they were like, what are these crazy people talking about? What are these crazy people talking about? Should have renamed my channel to the Boney M dedication channel. That would probably get me a ton of subs. Oh, poor phone. Oh, my poor iPhone backup, like the 4th or 5th one. It just decided to die. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I'll be back at it. Same cat time, same cat channel, doing finding something amazing to do. So, I hope everybody has a good evening, morning, wherever you are. That's where you are. I had a great time. This was a great show. We got a lot done this evening, a lot. So, Joy, thank you so much for sticking with me from the beginning to the end. You are appreciated. Kilroy, Skits, everybody who's still here. I'll be back at it tomorrow. And if not, I'll be back at it on Monday. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will see you tomorrow or Monday. Have a great night. You guys are awesome. Let's make something next time. See you later. Bye.